Hey there, guys, it's Mia here. I am so excited. I am super excited about the short live training today. Today, I'm going to teach simply on how to work smarter, leveraging your knowledge, your experience, and your education. And as a direct result of listening to this live, I'm going to give you tons of ideas of how you can take all of your smarts, your knowing, your skills, your talent, and how to package those things, Lamore. I'm so glad that you're here into a different method, a different system that would allow you to live differently. I'm Mia Redrick. I am the mom strategist, business and life coach. Got started in my company over 18, almost 19 years ago. And I simply made the decision to go to work as myself. I wanted to figure out how to take my background as a corporate trainer and my systems in motherhood. I was a new mom practicing self-care for myself, and tons of moms would ask me for advice, and I packaged my own system. And I was trying to figure out how to take what I knew best, my soft skills and my hard skills, and I packaged those into a monetizable product. But I had one huge problem, and that was I didn't know anyone else doing that. And I didn't know any coaches or consultants or anything like that. This is 18 years ago. I went to a small business resource center in my town and to get some help. And I was told by the director of that small business resource center that my idea, mom coaching, did not make any sense, and that no one would ever pay me to do what I do today. And I always share the story with you because I know if you're like me and you think outside of the box and you've been trying to figure out how to take what you're doing at work professionally or some soft skill, something that you're doing in your life that people have explained to you over and over again, it has value, it's changed their life. People come to you, they see you as the source, and you're like, how can I package this into a business? That was me years ago. And so after leaving that small business resource center, feeling crushed, embarrassed, like my idea didn't make any sense, I knew that it had value because literally the next day, someone else came to me and asked me about my mom self-care systems. So I kept looking for someone to help me, and I bumped into a pretty amazing coach online. I went to one of her live events, and it changed my life. And it was the first time I had ever seen someone doing what I wanted to do. And so today I wanted to come on live and just talk a little bit about how to work smarter, how to take your background and your know-how and the experience that you have, and how do you shift how you're doing what you're doing so that you work smarter. And smarter to me means a couple of things. One, smarter means that you're leveraging what you're doing so that when you're selling what you have, it's really making a difference in the lives of others, but also you can see that as a direct result of you changing the life of someone else, that your life is changing, your family's life is changing, okay? So I'm going to talk a little bit about that perspective. And then also, to me, changing your life also means that you change your life as it relates to time. Because a lot of times when we're in business, people don't understand that work the way we learn to work in our workforce, like in my case, 50, 60, 70 hours a week. A lot of times entrepreneurs transfer that exact same mentality to their business, and they don't understand what time freedom looks like. And I'm going to talk a little bit about that today. And my only goal is to get you thinking outside of the box of what's possible for you. And for many of you, you're going to hear this and say, bingo, this is exactly what I've been looking for, an honest, authentic conversation about how to work smarter, because you know you can do it, but you just haven't had a conversation with someone that's actually free talking to you about how to get free and how to stay free. And then, I'm going to share with you equally the mindset that you have to have around standing in your own value today, because none of this is possible. Like, to get yourself free, to work smarter, if you're selling what you have for low ticket, no fees, for free, then this is really going to shift you today. And that really is my goal, is to support you in thinking differently than you currently are. All right. The rest of my story, and I'll get started in a minute, was that I was that person that I just talked about. I didn't have a product when I got started 19 years ago. I had raw skill. I had soft skills, and I had also my professional skills. And 19 years later, what I learned is that what I know is very valuable, properly packaged. I've coached thousands of women literally all around the world. I've supported lots of my clients in taking their knowledge and packaging it into high ticket products. And maybe you've seen their testimonials of what has happened for them as a direct result of working with me. But I think also one of the things that's been very powerful is that every single thing that I've taught my clients, I've only taught them what I've done. So I've never taught them anything theoretical. I just showed them what I've done on this journey. I've been able to be signed to Emmy nominated, nationally syndicated television shows as the mom strategist, my own brand. I've been able to write best-selling books. I've been able to do corporate deals with Fortune 100 and Fortune 500 brands equally with my own intellectual property. And I show my clients how valuable their ideas are. But I think that one of the things that I'm most proud of, and I only share this so that you know what my journey is, because maybe you can relate to this, and maybe this is the journey that you're seeking for yourself. But one of the things I'm most proud of is being able to be there for my family. And I know that if you're following me, you know that family is everything. It means everything to you. When I started my business, my goal was to get myself free. And I knew that I could not work 40 years for someone else or more for someone else. I had to figure out how to leverage what I knew in my own business to get myself free. And I've done that. And I've been able to support tons of my clients in getting themselves free also. And that was really important to me. Equally, giving my kids a world-class education. I know I have a lot of mom investors out there, and you just want to give your kids a great, amazing education. That was me and my husband. And we've invested over $1 million just in elementary, middle, and high school. And again, I don't say it to be braggadocious. I tell you because it's true and verifiable, and that it was one of the things that we really wanted to do. It was a gift we wanted to give our kids, and running your business the right way will allow you to do that. But there was nothing like having a business that could stand in the gap during a tough time for us. And my husband developed kidney disease over 12, 13 years ago and went on dialysis. And I don't know what you know about dialysis, but it's a very aggressive therapy. 3 days a week, 3 hours a day, he had this therapy. And one of the things I was so grateful for was because I built my business properly, I could stand in the gap for my family when my husband needed me. I wasn't codependent on his income, and I could be there. I could be his helpmate in the truest sense. And I know that many of you, one of the things that's really important to you is to build a solid foundation in your business so you could be there for your family members. And I know tons of people talk about cars and shoes and all of the material things. Well, one of the things that I learned is running your business properly allows you to be there in ways that I just never even imagined. And I was so grateful for that. My husband did get a kidney transplant, and he has done amazingly well. Hey, Tabitha, just in case you guys usually write me. And I just want you to know running your business properly will create options for you. So let me get started. So today I'm going to teach on how to work smarter. Okay, because let's face it, you're already smart, you're already sharp, and that's why you're here right now. And likely one of the things that you want to know how to do is how to take what you already know how to do, whether it's a hard skill, something you're doing professionally, or soft skill, something that you do in your life. Like maybe you are a really great mom, you're a really great organizer, and you've been trying to figure out how do I take what I know how to do and how to package it. Maybe I have a client who teaches kids how to play chess, right? So that's a really great skill. And as a direct result of working with me, she was able to close her first $225,000 over the course of 9 weeks. Pretty amazing when you understand the value of what you're bringing to the table. I have a client who's a mom coach, okay, who just got her first signed television contract with a television station, paid opportunity to do TV. Pretty cool, right? Pretty cool. Started as a soft skill, began to leverage her skills in media, and began to build a lifestyle brand for herself, packaging what she knows. I have tons of clients. They all have different skills and talent. Some come from corporate and they want to figure out what they're doing in corporate America. How can I build my business as a consultant in my own business? How can I do this for myself? I have a client who recently left her job and replaced her income right out the box and just did so amazing, is on track this year to hit over $1 million in a business. Like, this is amazing, right? Like, imagine that. So I want you to know that the sky is the limit. Now, of course, I'll always share my client results, but I do have to disclaim this, that I can't say that these would be your results if you worked with me, because I don't know you, right? But my assumption is that if you're hardworking, if you do the work, you follow the step by step to the letter, you take 100% responsibility for the results you desire, you can absolutely change your life, because I absolutely changed my life. I've been home for over 19 years, building an amazing business from the comfort of my home, and I love it. And I just want to see more women come home, okay? So if you have a desire to be free, I want you to write hashtag freedom, right? Hashtag freedom, and post it here, even if you're watching the replay. So how to work smarter. Number one, and I want to welcome you, Lamora, Patricia, Tabitha, for being here. Number one, the first thing I recommend, and this is my advice, is to stop selling your time. Stop selling your time. Stop selling your time. And I'll tell you what I mean. So if you want to work smarter, you got to understand that wealthy people buy time and poor people sell time. All right. And I want you to hear me on this. Okay. So if in your business currently, for those of you who are in business, you are a consultant and you're always on the phone selling time, you have put a cap on your income, and you know what I'm talking about. And likely even you're feeling like, man, I left my work, right? Like left the job and I created another job for myself, because you're still billing hours, 40 hours, 50 hours, and it gets old over time, right? In the beginning, you can handle it, but over time, when you want to create freedom, if you don't work, you don't make money. And I want you to understand that if you want to know how to work smarter, the first thing I want you to think of is to stop selling your time. And for those of you who haven't yet started your business, but you're thinking of starting a business, one of the things that's super important to understand is that when you're starting your business, you're not going to sell your time. You're not looking to trade time for dollars. That is one of the biggest differences between people who work smarter and people who do not work smarter. I meet a lot of people who, they'll begin their career as a coach, often as a speaker. And this is where they begin this relationship as a speaker, where they have to show up somewhere in order for them to generate some income, right? In order for them to generate income. And so in their coaching dynamics, they create the exact same dynamic in their coaching dynamic, and they end up working really hard and not smarter. Just to give you a preview into my world, I work on Tuesdays about 3.5 hours of consulting clients on Tuesdays, and on Wednesdays for about an hour and a half, max 2 hours on a Wednesday. So at the most, I'd work 5-6 hours a week, every single week. Outside of that, I have no other scheduled appointments. And I'm teaching you here through my example because it's something that I know so deeply. And if you don't know how to put your business together in a way that's time rich, it is the thing that's keeping you from working smart. If this is making sense, I want you to write, this is making sense. Or if this is piquing your interest, right, this is piquing my interest. Number two, if you want to work smarter, the second thing I want you to think about, and this is so important, is to build your business around your life. Build your business around your life. Now, what most people are going to teach you is to build your life around your business. But that's not what I teach my clients. I teach my clients that first, we think about the kind of life that we want to have. And then secondly, we build the business so that we can have quality of life as part of our model. Because it doesn't matter if you build an amazing business, and it's amazing, meaning it's profitable and you love what you do, but you don't like when you do it, and you don't like how you do it, and you don't like how much you're doing it. So one of the most important questions to working smarter is understanding the importance of how to build the business around your life. Now, I'll tell you what I mean. I've last 2 weeks or so, you guys, I haven't been here. I've been meaning to be here, and I've been right here. I've been home, and I've been focusing on my garden, and we did some massive landscaping. We had a team help us, and we've just been having fun as a family, enjoying one another, connecting deeply, enjoying the summer. To me, building my business around my life means that I build a business that allows me to do what I want to do when I want to do it. It means that I check email only on Mondays. That's what it means. It means that anytime there's time for family time, I have the flexibility to be a part of my life. And this isn't going to resonate with everyone, because there's some people out there saying, that sounds great, Mia, but that's so unrealistic. Well, the only desire I've ever had in my business is the unrealistic, because what was realistic wasn't anything that I ever wanted. It wasn't what I wanted. What was realistic was working 40, 50, 60 hours a week for 40, 50 plus years. And that level of realism was not my appetite of success. And I'm not against it if it's something that you're into. But for those of you who want a different way to approach your life and want to understand how to work smarter, I'm talking directly to you. I love the fact that I built a business that at any time, in any minute, I can be where I want to be, when I want to be. I can build a business, in my business, anywhere I want to in the world, literally. And I love that, right? And I love the fact that, I've been able to be at every event that my kids have had over the years and be there for my family. I mean, ultimately, be there for my family. So if that's of interest to you, then you're going to love what I'm going to share next. The third thing I want you to think about, if you want to work smarter, is number 3, is leverage your knowledge. Leverage your knowledge. What do I mean by that? So many people will let a million people pick their brain for free. And I just don't. I don't do it. I'm not, because what I've understood over the years is that what I know is very valuable, so I don't just have people pick my brain and then we just move on. We're just not going to meet for coffee in general. And I'm going to teach you how to package what you're doing for 10 grand or 15 or 25,000, $100,000 at a pop. No, people pay me as a consultant, $8,000 for an hour of my time and my advice. And I want you to think about this as it relates to you. The reality is that maybe you are allowing too many people to get access to you for free. And maybe one of the things that's getting in the way is that you've got this knowledge, but you have not leveraged the knowledge that you have. Maybe it's not properly packaged so a corporation can buy it. Maybe it's not properly packaged so you can license it. Maybe it's not properly packaged so that you could sell it for its fullest and highest value. Okay, maybe that's the thing that's getting in the way for you. Nothing else. All right. This is super important. And it is a shift in your thinking. If this is shifting you, I want you to write, this is shifting me. Okay. Because I wanted to have an honest, elevated conversation with you today, just so that you understand there's another way to do things. We're talking today about how to work smarter. Okay. Number 4. The 4th thing that I want you to do is to sell for high ticket only. All right. So for those of you who are in business right now and you're selling what you have for under $2,500, that is the reason you're not as profitable as you'd like to be. Okay. And if you're not in business yet, great news. Now you know to sell what you have for higher value. And what does that mean? It means that you get to focus on how can you put something together that would be amazing for someone that's a higher ticket product. I'm always surprised by people who embrace so much. Like maybe you've gone to school forever, like it felt like forever, right? And you've gotten your MD, your JD, your PhD. You've done all of these things. You've got 20 years, 30 years of experience, and you've got all of this know-how. And then when you go to package what you know, you take advice from people who tell you, take everything you know and sell it for $97 or $150 and, build up, some credibility, and then people will buy more from you. Why? You have all the experience in the world. So why are you not properly valuing, who you are and what you bring to the table? And so I would say if you want to work smarter, charge high ticket for what you do. If you don't know how to do that, then you need to watch one of my webinars that teaches you how to do it. I'll post the link here. Or you can just go to miaredrick.com. You'll see the link for my webinar. Post it here. Mia Redrick. Oh. I'll post it right here, and you guys can go check out my webinar and and just learn there how to take what you're doing and sell it for high ticket, because there's a new way to do things. And if you do things the old way, you're going to get those old results. All you have to do is look at where you are right now. And if you know you need to make a move, if you know you want more freedom, a lot of you guys, because of COVID, you now know that I want to be free. I want to work from home. I know I've got options. I know I've got skills, but maybe you don't know how to package what you're doing into the right kind of product so you can get yourself free. Watch my webinar. It's 100% free. And number 5, the 5th thing on how to work smarter is standing in your value. And I'm going to talk about this from a couple different perspectives. One of the biggest issues I see with sharp, smart, professional women is that they actually don't know their value, in the sense of they know that what they do delivers value to others, and they know that they're super smart and they create results because the companies are saying you're amazing at what you do, and they're getting promoted and bonuses and things like that. But when they go out on their own, they actually don't know how to stand in their value in their own business. And as a result of that, they start with these low fees, or they're willing to negotiate really low prices to get started, or they do beta tests, or they're trying to prove themselves. And it becomes really frustrating because you never really build the business the way that it was meant to be built. And you feel like it should be easier for you with the experience you have, but because of the way you've positioned yourself from the beginning, you never get to run the company as a really terrific company. So standing in your value is super important. A lot of times we don't stand in our value because we really just don't know either the quantitative value of what we're doing, how to price what we're doing, and also sometimes because of our own esteem. We think I'm new in business, therefore I should have new prices, even though I've been doing what I've been doing for 30, 40 plus years. One thing that I've learned over the years is that when someone is investing with me, they've invested with someone who's invested hundreds of thousands of dollars in herself. And as a result of me investing in myself and what I've learned personally through my own experience, through my own coaching investments, classes, training over the years, all of my best practices, coaching thousands of women, they get the sum of that. And anyone working with you gets the sum of who you are also. So I hope that there's something that I said today that really opens your eyes and gets you to think, I want to work smarter. I'd love to hear any of your ahas or takeaways, and feel free to leave them on if you're watching the replay, leave them on the replay as well. Any ahas, any takeaways, any quick questions for me related to how to work smarter. I just wanted to come on quickly today and just open your eyes and let you know that there's so much more for you. You have so many more options than you even know. And sometimes it's a matter of elevating your circle. Sometimes it's about getting around people who are doing things that you are not doing. I always tell my clients that speak another language, right? You get around people who are speaking another language and you learn a different way of living. My story is that I met my very first coach 18 years ago, and I've worked with her for 18 years. And watching her model of freedom, of lifestyle, of building a profitable business really supported me and understanding what that would look like for myself. Maybe you aren't where you want to be right now, not because you can't get there, but maybe it's just because you haven't had the right examples. You haven't had truth and authenticity as it relates to what true freedom looks like. All right. Notice what I didn't talk about today: hustle and grind, dominating folks, or doing anything that's out of integrity or in alignment with standing tall with your gifts and talents and skill sets. All right. Are there any last call, any other ahas, any other takeaways as a result, any ahas or takeaways as a result of being here today? Because this is a big topic. I talked about how to work smart. And the first thing that I covered was to stop selling your time. So make sure you listen to that. Number 2 is build your business around your life. Number 3 is leverage your knowledge. Number 4 is sell only for high ticket. And number 5 is the importance of standing in your value. Super important, all right? So be sure to check me out at miaredrick.com, and I'll look forward to seeing you inside of my webinar. And you'll learn how to take some of what I talked about tonight and how to package your own high ticket offer into a premium product. All right. I'll talk to you soon. Have a great night. Bye.